Harley Quinn is back for season 5 on Max, and I'm here to talk about it with all of you lovely folks, albeit a little bit late, for multiple reasons. But yeah, honestly, I regret not covering this sooner because I did watch the episode when it first came out that morning. But you may have noticed if you're subscribed to the channel, which if you're not, then do that, please. I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, life has been hectic the past like year and a half to 2 years, starting college and all that. And I've been busy with like working multiple other jobs at the same time. So I've been very selective in what videos I actually do. And I've been very hesitant to actually commit to doing a season long episode by episode review and breakdown. And so I wasn't going to do it for Harley Quinn until a couple days later when I just rewatched it again. I was like, man, there's so much here I want to talk about. And it's really interesting because you wouldn't think it, but it is so much easier to cover a show like Harley Quinn as opposed to something like The Penguin or obviously on my other channel, The Marvel Life, like any of the MCU Disney Plus shows. Because with Harley Quinn, obviously there's not as big of a fan base for the show as there is like the MCU or the Penguin. So it's a smaller fan base, but at the same time that also means less other people cover this show. So it's a better chance for my videos about it to get views. And also just the fact that because this is an animated show that's not connected to anything and it's adult animation, there's just so many references and great jokes and great moments to talk about as a DC Comics fan. So that's really what I'm here to do. I really love this show. It's so much fun, which I can't exactly say the same when it came to Kite Man Hell Yeah. You may have seen I did do a review for it on the channel when I think they dropped the first 2 or 3 episodes on premiere day, and I really liked the start of this show. But it just went sort of like it started off fairly strong and then just went downhill from there. So I haven't even finished watching Kite Man season 1. Now that I'm back in the zone of Harley Quinn, I might go back and finish it, but I just kind of lost interest with it. I don't know if we're getting a season 2. I'd feel like probably not because it's kind of the general consensus. Most people didn't love it. But anyway, we are here to talk about Harley Quinn season 5. And speaking of, again, being late to covering the show, I still want to do a trailer breakdown as well because there's lots of cool stuff to talk about in that trailer. So stay tuned for that. Guys, Red X is coming. I'm so hyped for that. I have some theories as to who's behind the mask, all that good stuff. But yeah, so let's jump into this and talk about the season premiere of Harley Quinn season 5. Now, where season 4 ended, we set up the Gotham City Sirens with Harley, Ivy, Catwoman, and Barbara Gordon now as Oracle, all teaming up together. And we start off very quickly this episode finding out that that's not a thing anymore, which I thought was an interesting approach to go in. I thought it was weird watching the trailer and them moving to Metropolis, and I was like, did they just scrap that whole storyline? I like at least that they addressed it. It sounds like they have a different voice actor for Catwoman, so that honestly may be one of the reasons they wanted to downsize that role. I'm fine with it. I mean, I was excited for the idea, but I'm also very excited about everything we're doing now in Metropolis as well. But it was cool seeing their one little mission and everything that went wrong, them going against Enchantress. That was fun. Barbara Gordon just not getting appreciated enough. Maybe this will cause her to spin off into going and actually forming the Birds of Prey. Maybe we'll see them show up at some point. I don't believe we've seen Black Canary in this show before. Or Huntress, so that would certainly be fun. But yeah, I love Gotham City has just gone to trash. Joker's no longer mayor. Harley and Ivy, they're just trying to spice up their relationship. I love bringing back Clock King and Riddler. It's such a fun relationship. The clock jokes were hilarious. And they kind of give that boost and that motivation to Harley and Ivy to sort of try something new. And their idea of fun is just watching Late Night with Tawny, and of course Lois Lane is on there talking about Superman and how they're opening up this Superman museum in Metropolis. So Harley and Ivy decide, you know what, let's get out of our comfort zone. Let's go visit Metropolis for a bit. So they do, and this was really fun. I always love in shows when there's like a museum to a certain character like this. One of the things I loved about the Flash TV show when they went to the future and went to the Flash Museum. So I really love this. And again, with this being an animated series, there's so many great Easter eggs, so many possibilities, like just all the Superman suits on display there in the background. Just beautiful, absolutely brilliant. You can even see, let's see, zoom in a bit. I believe on the far left, that is the spacesuit from Superman the Animated Series. And then there's the blue and red electrified Superman from the comics. There's another cool looking Superman suit. Maybe that's New 52, not completely sure. But obviously we have the black and silver suit from when he's reborn. We have, I believe, his original debut outfit from his first comic appearance, another spacesuit. Again, just some really cool, great stuff going on there. Here's a closer look at those suits, actually. Again, love the Easter eggs here. We also have some Daily Planet headlines. We have a recreation of Krypton exploding, Black Mercy over there, the Phantom Zone projector, the Fortress of Solitude, all some fun little Easter eggs. And then we have the return of Bruce Wayne, no longer in prison, and he's got a new girlfriend. He's got a new woman in his life. No more Catwoman. We now have the introduction of Lena Luthor, which I thought was great. We got Aisha Tyler in the role. I love her. She's a great actress. She fits this role perfectly. So obviously Lex was the big bad last season, so bringing in his sister here I think is an interesting move, so I enjoy that. We get Jimmy Olsen. He's great to see. You could already see some foreshadowing with the Brainiac robots. And then yeah, this was just a great setting for this episode to have it be in Metropolis in this Superman museum. As a big Superman fan myself, was really exciting. And they're obviously suspicious of Aisha Tyler's Lena Luthor because it's Lex Luthor's sister. She's got to be evil too. And then we see that she's actually wearing the same necklace that Enchantress had, and it's the Heart of Darkness, which we find out Eclipso is inside of, which I thought was just so random and out of nowhere, and I loved it, seeing Eclipso pop up here. And of course, continuing sort of a trend with this show, all powerful beings, literally one of the most powerful, biggest godlike DC villains in the comics, and just gets killed off instantly by Harley just slicing his head off. I thought that was great. Works very well in this show, so I love that. And again, as a big Superman fan, I love seeing moments like this and really seeing how Superman feels useless now that crime basically is non-existent in Metropolis. So he's going on a vacation. He's going into space, which is basically probably just a writing excuse for why Superman's not going to be there this season, to stop all the hijinks and all that stuff. But I thought this great moment here was actually fantastic. Especially, I loved seeing the psychiatrist side of Harley coming out here a bit. I really hope we get more of that in the season, because I think that's so fun to have that duality of her former self and her current, more wild card version of herself. I love that. And Harley and Ivy, they decide they're going to officially move to Metropolis. It'll probably just be a one season thing. But either way, again, I'm excited to see everything that goes down here in Metropolis. And of course, as everybody kind of guessed throughout this episode, Brainiac is revealed to be behind those robots, and he's likely going to be the main villain, the big bad of this season, which is very exciting. I love Brainiac. I love that we're getting him here. I do think it's really hilarious. I was thinking about this as I was watching it, is obviously last season the main villain was Lex Luthor, and now it looks like the main villain of this season is going to be Brainiac. Of how a Harley Quinn TV show, the main villains, at least recently, have all been Superman villains, which I think is fun. But obviously that's something weird that you gotta kind of play with Harley Quinn being the lead, and her being an anti-hero. You have to have her fight other villains, and obviously most of the Batman villains have actually been killed off, like literally all in season 2. Mr. Freeze, dead. Penguin, dead. Scarecrow, dead. Yeah. So there's not really many Batman villains left, so it makes sense, especially if you want to sort of raise the stakes, just go bigger and badder every season with these more powerful villains. So I'm really excited to see, if we get a sixth season and we continue past this, like, how much bigger can we go? Like, we've already had Darkseid in here. We had a little bit of Steppenwolf. Brainiac, I think, is a great way to go. But after this, who knows? But definitely Brainiac, I'm really excited to see. Great design as well. So I love that. And yeah, so here we have Harley Quinn season 5. Again, it's off to a great start. I love this show. It's so fun. I love how this is basically our best representation that we've basically ever had, except for going all the way back to those 90s DC animated series, Batman the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, all that good stuff. This is like the closest we have to an actual TV show media universe of the DC comics brought to life because of all these characters all being here together. Hopefully we can get, a version of that in the DCU, but this universe just has no rules, and I love it, and it's so much fun. And again, my time doing YouTube videos is kind of back and forth, so we'll see if I actually continue to do weekly reviews for this. But again, it's a fun show and it's fun to cover. And I do at least plan on doing a trailer breakdown, because I really enjoy that trailer and I really want to talk about Red X. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think about Harley Quinn season 5? Do you think it's off to a good start? Do you have any theories about where we're going with Brainiac? And are you excited for that trailer breakdown as well? Red X, baby! But anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the DC life.